Hello, and welcome to Greet the Week. I am Mona Duncan, your moderator, and we had this little chat. My goal is to maybe make suggestions that would make life a little bit more easier. It may come across as a directive, but it's not meant to be. It's for you to take and consider and yay or nay. And it also is learning to live for myself personally and to pass on, learning to live in the now and appreciating everything that comes our way, realizing that maybe there's something that we need to learn. So thank you for being here. And today's topic is healthy relationships. And as I was putting in a little title for it, I put the fact that the Hippocratic Oath has been around for years. It historically goes back to the Greeks, and that it was a type of an ethical vow taken by physicians. And one of the things, and actually the most important thing, was that you would do no harm. Well, we need to incorporate those things also, not only with others, but with ourselves and with our family and with our relationships. So Oprah Winfrey, whenever she had her, she may still have a live daily cast. I'm not keeping up with Oprah, but I know for years when she would close out her broadcast, she would encourage parents, people at large. She would just say, "Don't hit your kids. Don't hit your kids." And I was listening one time that this woman talked to Oprah, and she said, "You know, for years you would say that, and I would think, well, how in the world can you not get, how will they obey, or how will they know you're talking to them, or all these kinds of things?" But then she decided that she was going to take that advice and she was not going to hit her kids for a week. And then she decided to go for 2 weeks and then for 3 weeks. And she made the comment to Oprah that in the fact of giving up, hitting the kids or slapping them or whatever, she says, "I have new kids. I have different kids." And the thing of it is that what we do impacts others, because everything we do, we're giving or receiving, and it just kind of makes a transfer there. So it's not only don't hit your kids, it is with Dr. Glassler's don't incorporate the deadly habits of criticizing, blaming, complaining, nagging, threatening, punishing. Don't do that to yourself, and also do not do that to others. But in looking at the healthy relationships physically, and also healthy, we want to look at not only the physical, but the healthy. The need to know that each life matters, each person matters. It's a need that really cannot be denied. I mean, we are here, we're the highest order on planet Earth, and each person is wonderful, special, unique. Sometimes we may get frustrated with others because they are so unique and special that we want them to be more like us, but yet then whenever that being more like you, that becomes irritating also. So the thing of it is to realize that no one life is worth more, nor is worth less than another life. But there seems to remain kind of two problems. One problem is that thinking that we are somebody, and then maybe lording it over others, that leads to separation. Or the other is thinking that you're nobody, and to kind of cower down and to exist rather than to live. But the facts are, we are a body. We are a physical body. We are a human being, and we are both flawed and fabulous. And I find it interesting that Sigmund Freud, close to the end of his life, is credited with saying, "We must begin to love in order to not fall ill." Was think that the fact that if we do not have those healthy relationships, that has a whole lot to do with the health of our organic health. And so, meaning that we either need to set, or we may need to expand, or we may need to draw in some boundaries as needed to give a boost to those that we love, to examine the roles that we take on and the roles that we display, the helper, the rescuer, the boss. It's knowing and realizing and embracing the fact that each person is unique and special, that every human being has infinite worth and value by the simple fact that we are here on planet Earth. And in the process of all that, our beliefs are important, because the way a person believes has a whole lot to do with our behavior. And then those emotions can become real conflicted as we begin to, So the belief that one does not matter, or that one matters too much, can lead to acting out in devious means, such as cheating or stealing or overindulging, and leading to addictions and perversions and inhumane acts. So just for a few minutes, make just a couple of thoughts. That always, always, always our attitude plays a major part. Perhaps nothing shapes our destiny more than the attitudes that we project. It seems that low esteem or neediness has a negative and a negative and a negativity. They kind of hang out together. And so we often become our own worst enemy and then project that onto others as they're being against us. We need to get honest with ourselves and ask, is the attitude that I am projecting me, is it helping or is it hurting? And then consider, how is it helping? How is it hurting? And what is my attitude doing to those really important relationships in my life? I had someone ask me one time, a friend made a comment, said, do I embarrass you? And I said, why do you ask me that? I mean, this was a person that was, well, anyway, they just asked the question, do I embarrass you? And I said, well, why would you ask me that? And they didn't really have an answer. But then I turned around and I said, do you embarrass yourself? And the answer was yes. They said, sometimes, I just feel like I just climb the walls or something. I said, well, then you found something that you can work with. So as we begin to look at the fact that, do I embarrass myself? And do I want to continue to do that? Or do I want to make some changes? And so our perception is very important. One's perception is their reality, whether it's in fact real or not. And my aim is to, not only for myself, but to help others honestly explore our definition of what does work and what does not work. It is to help one self-evaluate to see when their behavior is in keeping with our core values. And if it's not, to be given tools to make changes. Do you know your core values? Do you, everyone must come to that personal determination as to what is really valuable to us. And when we encounter opposing ideas that engenders some anger or some frustration within, I suggest that our creative mind is trying to wake us up. It's trying to say, hey, wait a minute, there's something that's not working as smoothly in your life as it could work. And it's kind of realizing that destiny is shaped. Who we are today, who we become tomorrow, who we are next year. Our destiny is shaped by the choices that we make. And that all of our choices have consequences, either good or maybe not so good. And our behavior is purposeful. And it is our best attempt in the moment to have a need met. So the overriding question is not, will you meet the need? But it is more, how will I meet this need? And it will it be one that is truly okay? And then also ask, what will be the outcome of meeting that need? Awareness is a key element in making positive changes. We are continually a work in progress and will be under construction until the day we die. So as we continue to learn and to grow and to overcome, to not allow circumstances to beat us down, to allow difficulties to be a tutor for learning life lessons. And then always, always, always getting to know you, getting to know who you are. Spend time in serious personal reflection to discover the wonderful person that you are, to find that you are a unique human being with purpose and significance. Through meditation, through really thinking, we can be enabled to be free from this false macho or a crippling shyness that becomes comfortable in one's own skin. Search your heart and mind so the substance of who you really are can be revealed to you. Esteem, wisdom, love, creativity, peace, and joy are ours for the mining. Mining, like as in going down into a mine to get ore. Well, we need sometimes to go deep internally to mine, M-I-N-E, as in a miner, to mine who we are. Because everyone has an inner chamber into which they can retreat at will. I experienced that just this morning. 3 things popped up unexpectedly, just 1, 2, 3. And I sensed tension and frustration. But I practiced my own suggestions, and I just went into the office and I just sat down and I breathed deeply. There is a sanctuary deep inside of us that can free us from daily cares, that we can be freed from judgment. We can be free from agitation, change, and turmoil. It is a place where your senses can rest, where you are regenerated and recreated. And the longer one stays in this harmonious place, the better equipped one becomes to handle the public life of the difficult, and life becomes more congruent. Life becomes easier. So, it's our little chat for today. I thank you very much for tuning in. And may all of your relationships be healthy, not only physically, but healthy as well as healthy emotionally. Go in peace.